Good afternoon. Happy Friday. Look at that. It's not afternoon, it's still morning. I mean, it's almost noonish. And I was going to get off at noon and go shopping, but I don't know if I want to go shopping. However, the weather says it will be, that this storm will be over by 12:15. It's going to start at like 5 till 12. So we're having a little thundering, no lightning yet, so I don't have to run back inside just yet. I mean, I'll wait till it strikes the ground. I'm just kidding. I just wanted to show y'all the black skies. Black sky at night, sailors will get wet. Black sky in the morning, Tracy gets wet. I don't know. All right, well, I was gonna go shopping. My sister will be turning 70 on Tuesday. Do I have her anything yet? No, which is why I was gonna go shopping. So hopefully the storm will end, because I asked my boss, could I get off at noon? I think I've already said that. And she was like, yeah, sure. And I was gonna go to Pike's, which is like a plant store, because my sister loves plants. I ain't going to a plant store if we're having a thunderstorm, okay? I'm just not. I don't want to tempt fate by walking through there, but anyway, we'll see. But I've been going through pictures. I don't have to worry about her watching my videos, because she doesn't. There she is. There she is. She's going to be so happy with me. My niece, my nephew's wife, asked me to send some pictures of her so she could, I don't know what she's doing. She's making a collage or something. I don't know. I sent some really old ones. I sent some funny ones. But, well, I'm trying to find a funny one. I may have already taken a picture of it. Well, there we are. My nephew, he was probably 6, which means I was 24. I mean, you see, I haven't changed. And I look just like my mother. Oh, y'all can see my Facebook notification. I mean, my YouTube notification. Anyway, we all look like my mom. And then you can see my, that's weird looking, isn't it? Anyway, we look like Mom. I'll update you more on the storm and if I go shopping later, okay? Okay. Did you hear that? I'll be back. No kidding, y'all. This is 10 minutes later than the last time I recorded. Sunny. It rained. It poured down rain. It thundered. It lightninged. It did all the things. There's Miss Pumpkin. And Miss Pumpkin was at my door waiting for some treats. So there she is. We're very close to having her a home. I know I keep saying that, but Tommy's going to call that one lady that's been out of town. She's back. And if she doesn't, her niece is praying about it. So let's pray with her that it would be his will. If it is his will. But that it would be his will. Because we need to get this girl a home, right? But she's so sweet. She comes over here and she waits for me to brush her before she starts eating. I may have already told y'all that. I don't know. I can't remember the minute ago, okay? But anyway, there she is. I cleaned off my porch. Aren't y'all happy? I'm happy. Oh, God, I've got a tortilla in the pan. Oh, I probably burned my tortilla. Dadgummit. I put a tortilla in the pan to heat up. Did I burn it? Oh, thank God I didn't burn it. Okay, so let me give it a flippy. Oh, I pulled a mama. I just got up and went outside and forgot all about that thing. My little gluten-free tortilla. And then this is the chicken salad that we got from Cody J's. And I'm going to put some of that in some of that and have me some lunch. So, okay. So, okay, I'll be back. Okay, well, I texted my boss. I said, well, I said I was going to get off at 12. It's 12:40, so I'm going to leave now. I walk outside and get in the car. It thunders. My phone says whether this is true or not. My phone says the storm is supposed to be past us at 1 o'clock. So hopefully, even if it does rain a little, by the time I get to where I'm going, it'll be gone. That's what I'm hoping for. Somebody yelled at me the other day and told me to keep both hands on the wheel. Look, I was on my dad's street. I was going 15 miles an hour with a dead possum in the back of my car, and there was absolutely no traffic in this neighborhood at that time of day, okay? Worry about yourself. I'll be back. There's too many cars out here. Ugh. I'm still sitting here waiting to pull out in traffic. But somebody come. So I follow this lady, Suzanne something anyway. And she used to be Susanna, but now I can't remember her last name. But I still follow her. I guess she just changed the name of her page. And good night at the cars. And she keeps posting these things about these possums that come upon her porch, and she talks about them as if they're like church members. And I commented under her post that I took a church. What is wrong with me? Ugh! I took a possum to the church and buried it, but not really. I just laid it out. And I sang Amazing Grace. And this lady commented under mine and said, why? Why would you do that? They don't harm anything. They're good for the environment unless you have chickens or horses. And I was like, I didn't say I deceased the possum. Goodness, y'all are so aggressive. All I said was I took it for a proper burial. Ugh. You know, that's the thing about social media. People don't ask questions like, did you decease the possum? Or did you find the possum deceased? I don't know, something like that. Instead of, people just assume, and then they jump on you with both feet. And y'all know me, I'm going to come back at you with both feet and both tiny hands. And I'm going to correct you, because, well, you just ask instead of assuming. You can't assume nothing. I'm showing you little bits throughout my day. You can't just assume that I deceased a possum. I would never decease a possum unless, I mean, it just ran under my tire and I couldn't stop. I wouldn't even run over one on purpose. That's disgusting. I don't run over anything on purpose. Not even already deceased things. Ugh. Sheesh. I'd about cause a wreck to not run over something. Okay? Anyway. Okay, so while I was going through all the pictures, I found these pictures of my mom, and it reminded me of the story of when it happened. My mom and I were arrested together. Yes, we were. We were jailbirds. It's not exactly what you think, though, you know, because I was working at the sheriff's office at the time. So the American Cancer Society had this thing, like this cage that they pulled up. It was actually kind of off the town square, which is where my office was located. And I think you paid $20 to have someone arrested, and a sheriff's deputy would go to their house, or a police officer would go to their house and put them under arrest with handcuffs for the American Cancer Society. And they would bring them and put them in this, it was like a big trailer type thing with bars. I'll insert the pictures. So I had mom arrested. So Bobby drives out to mom's house and he says, you're under arrest. And my mom freaks out because she's like, say what? And he's like, it's for the American Cancer Society. Your daughter has paid to have you arrested. And she's like, oh, okay. Because my mom would go for anything, you know. She wasn't going to go to jail for some real crime, but she'd go to jail for the American Cancer Society. So anyway, he drives her back up there. Well, meanwhile, Steve walks in, who's a Cobb County police officer. Like, there's this entourage walking with him. And he gets to me and he goes, Tracy. And I said, yeah, hey, how are you? He's like, good. you're under arrest. And I was like, no, that's for my mom. I didn't know it was for me. I just assumed that they came to the wrong place because I took out the warrant and he was like, no ma'am, this has your name on it. I said, no, but I paid to have my mom arrested. And he said, and she has been, but this is for you. And I turn around and there's the whole office standing there looking and laughing because I have been arrested. So my mom and I both had to put on these black and white striped shirts, and we were put in handcuffs in the front, and we were sent before this judge, and he put us in jail, and we had to make phone calls to a bunch of people. Now, you know, this was back in the day before cell phones, so you had to really remember people's phone numbers or hope they were in the phone book, because they did have a phone book out there. Mom starts calling people, and I start calling people, and I'm like, I'm in jail. It's for the American Cancer Society. You know, if you can donate such and however much money, then I can get out of jail. I had to raise a certain amount of money to get out of jail. The funniest part was I called Barbara, which was Mom's next door neighbor, my friend Linda's mom, and I told her the whole story. And at first she was very hesitant because she was like, I'm not coming to get you out of jail. I was like, no, it's American Cancer Society. So anyway, she donated. Well, unbeknownst to me and unbeknownst to her, my mom called Bill, her husband, who was at work, and he donated. So they both donated to get us out of jail. But the funny part is, back then, you just trusted that people would pay it, and you'd write them down, you know, for however much, their name and address and phone number, for however much money, and then they trusted them to write the check. You remember the good old days when you just trusted people to do what they were supposed to do? Yeah, you couldn't do that now, because yeah, you'd have to ask for their credit card, because nobody's gonna just write you a check and mail it weeks later when they got the thing in the mail saying, hey, you promised to pay so and so. Anyway, it was funny. It was so funny because me and my mom were in jail together. My mom was like, man, he freaked me out, that sheriff's car pulling up in the driveway. She said, my first thought was something was wrong with you. And then when he told me he had a warrant for my arrest, she said, I was like, no, I'm not going to jail. I didn't do nothing. She said, then I got all defensive. So anyway, funny story. So hope you enjoyed it. Remember, I love you. Jesus loves you. We hope he's coming back soon, because people be crazy. And we'll talk to you on the next one, okay? Toodles.